Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Now we're finally going to be, well, mostly getting on with the main story for this chapter. First, we have Trap Plains Road to cover. Now, I already covered the enemies in the last part, so if you want to see, like, this, how they all work and fighting them for the first time, check out there. I normally really don't like doing that, because I like to keep all of the enemies and the chests of an area kind of self-contained. But I had to do it this time, it just worked out that way from the quests and for, you know, maxing out my CP before the Colonel Sid fight. But anyway, we have a chest here, Earthworm. I'm not sure I'd like to find that in a treasure chest. The only thing worse than people like you, chests like me. So, while I'm actually here, we're not going to be heading to Elmo Hot Springs for a little while in the chapter, so I thought I'd actually go ahead and just quickly get the chests from here out of the way now, because otherwise I'd have to split the chests of Trap Plains Road. No, I don't really want to do that. I want to... Basically, I like to keep everything all in an area contained to one part if I can. So, River Snail. I once heard on the playground that if you check a certain chest enough, it'll give you all the items and as much mirror as you can hold. I love those old playground rumors about Pokemon games. Yeah, I'm sure anyone who was, well, yeah, 6 years old or, I don't know, maybe older when the Pokemon games originally came out, remembers a lot of those. But anyway, this is sheep territory, but in here we get a Terra Balm. Unable to see the bottom of this ostensibly empty chest, you drop a pebble into it. You don't hear it hit the bottom. Probably best to leave. I believe there was a monster chest around there in the last game, but... Go away, snakes. We don't want any snakes on our plains today. Oh, that actually was an unintentional pun. I didn't realize that P-L-A-I-N would sound the same as P-L-A-N-E, but... Anyway, that's Elmo Hot Springs. We'll be going there a bit later on. For now, though, let's grab this. There should be 4 chests on this particular screen. I knew you'd come back to me someday. Look, look! This is Chess Jr. Our Chess Jr. That's another one that I always remember. So that should be 3 on this screen. Pretty sure there's one more. I don't think we've fought one of the Hopper Chiefs yet, so I may as well just show that. Like, they haven't really changed all that much since FC, really. They are resistant to pretty much everything except fire, though, which is not great for Olivier. Because I don't really have fire on him at the moment. He has Firebolt EX, and just in case this doesn't finish it off. I still love the way that the Hopper Chief looks when it's inflicted with pain. It's just standing there with its hands in the air. It's like, yes, I stole the food, I give up, I give up! Unfortunately, that will not save it. Okay, so it turns out that for the 4 chests, I was actually counting the chests like me chest as one of them, even though it's on this screen. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that area for now and get the rest of the chests in this place. So they're on the way to Wolf Fort. The first one of which is right here. Pisces Heart, a new fishing rod. Who left that lying around there? The chest is full of hopes, but you can't seem to take them away. Well, that's good. Actually, that might be a Pandora's Box reference, and in that case it's bad, because hope was the one thing that didn't escape from there. My headcanon is that someone at the Fisherman's Guild put that there as a sneaky attempt to convert more people to the Fisherman's Guild. To get more people, again an unintentional pun, hooked on fishing. I did not mean to make that a pun, but Okay, so that's 5 chests so far, and I believe there's 9 total on Trap Plains. So here we have a very big open area, no chest over there. Yeah, the chests in these areas often are a little tricky for me to get because some of them are like in the middle of nowhere and the others are all in the corners. There used to be a big haulage vehicle broken down back when we first visited this place in FC, but it's not here anymore. That's a big wide empty area that you think would have at least 1 chest in it, but there wasn't. But there is 1 chest that's out here in the middle of nowhere, and I'm pretty sure this is... No, it's not monsters. Okay, I think this was monsters in FC. Oh, you're one of those completionist types, huh? Yes, I am, and I am very much proud of that. Okay, let's just check the map here. Carnelia Tower's up there, and I'll talk about that once we... Well, we're right here, so I may as well talk about that. Carnelia Tower is entirely optional in this game. Unlike Sapphire Tower, there are no side quests that take us there. The only reason to go there is if you're one of them completionist types and you want all the chests. Because, yeah, there is no other reason to head there. No side quests, never need to go there for the main story, it's just for chests. So I was wondering, oh by the way, that's the Trap Plains monster that we have to deal with. I was wondering how I'd handle that, and eventually I settled on something. But I'm going to show that later. Basically, there'll be a new party member joining us relatively soon, and I want to save going through Sapphire Tower for when they join, because when they do, they'll need a bit of experience to catch up with us, and there are shining palms in that tower, so I wanted to, yeah, save that for them. So, over here there should be... Yep, that one definitely is monsters. It's a whole bunch of war mantises and a pink sheep that could very easily run away because they like doing that. I might actually have to go ahead and go back to town to heal. Now, I would not... Oh, nice miss there. Thought they could do that. But Cancel Cutter is exactly what it says on the tin. Cancels your spell casting. But I'm probably okay with that because now they're more bunched up, so I can hit more of them with my arts. Are you guys resistant to... No, you're not. You're actually weak to wind. Not that it'll probably matter that much, but I can at least try and get a whole bunch of you there. How many can I catch in Dragoon Edge? 4 of them. And you, please run forward. Yes! Okay, that's good. And she's down, isn't she? Yes, she is. Yeah, let's go for an aerial. I kind of hope this doesn't kill everything, but then again, Estelle's pretty much fine on experience for now. I killed everything but the sheep. That sounds like some expression or song, maybe? I don't know. I think Azalea Kisses are better. I actually only learned recently because I have no experience with the original PSP release of Sky FC, but I've learned recently that the names of the revival arts were actually changed in one of the patches and in SC. They're originally just called Revive for the low tier revival spell and Celestial for the full revive spell. But they changed them to Thelos and Arthelos. For some reason I added an extra A when I originally pronounced that. I was calling them Theelis and Arthelos. I don't think that's how they're pronounced. But that's how, Thelos and Arthelos, that's actually how they were in the Japanese version. Not really sure why they were changed to more generic names in the original PSP localization, but they were. There are a few other kind of interesting name changes that kind of happen, either because the original version was mistranslated or because, I don't know, they decided to make things more consistent with later installments in some patches. Anyway, Silver Earring. You try watering the chest to see if something will sprout, but the only thing that grows is the smell. Let's get out of there quickly. Pretty sure that's the only chest in there. I think I should be, like, up to 7 now. We'll come back for you later. Actually, we'll take care of you right now, because once you go to Wolf Fort and do the story event there, you will actually be warped back to somewhere. You'll be warped somewhere forcibly. And you'll need to manually come back here if you want to get the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to take care of everything I need to do beforehand. And what does our Bracer guide say about that monster? Causes a variety of abnormal status. Well, that's helpful. I believe it can inflict blind. Okay, let's do this. Now, if I remember right, this fight really benefits from you using Clock Down. And yeah, that is poison. I always found that to be a very overdramatic but also kind of cool attack name. Corruption of the Land. Sleep. I did not realize you inflicted sleep. Okay, that... I need to take care of that quickly. But anyway, these things here are the man traps. They're, as you would expect, weak to fire, but also wind. And they are actually pretty tough. Let's see if I have any sleep-curing things. Seal, mute, confuse. I just don't want you sleeping. That sounds weird out of context, but, I don't want you sleeping while there are a bunch of giant plants in the vicinity. I feel like this is the kind of thing that, that Bernadetta from Three Houses would actually draw pictures of. And here's another case where Agate can't really do anything because that would knock some things out of the AoE, but at least he can heal himself, I guess. Yes, just regular tier. Okay, so basic strategy here is to just keep hitting them with aerial and other AoE abilities. If I'm remembering right, Clock Down definitely helps. And yeah, that is an area attack, so when you're all bunched up like this, that's when things start getting to be a problem. Not actually in Crisis music yet, though, which is, I don't know, kind of weird. I was expecting to be in Crisis music right now. You may as well revive. I'll need to restock the Azalea Kisses soon. And I'm guessing that's probably going to be doing more than White Gehenna. I believe that's a more accurate way to pronounce that. Okay, now you can go ahead and smack one of them. Unfortunately, not a lot of damage, though. I'm actually very tempted to just use Chloe's S-Craft, but I don't know if I should... that's bad. Okay, I can get a Terrell in, though. And then you can... I guess I could try Spiral Flare. Probably won't help too much. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to S-Break with you now, because then I can Wild Rage with you later on. Okay, a few of them are almost down. And Blind. Yeah, I knew Blind was one of the status ailments you could inflict. Yeah, a lot of ailments these things cover. Okay, Olivier's still up. Estelle, sadly, is not. But he can at least get Ariel in. Is there any way? I don't think there's any way I can get all three of them. It's funny, I almost prefer the Crisis music to the normal mini-boss theme in this one. Can I get anything in? I don't think that will actually catch both of them. Good, okay. I am severely running out of AP, but... Down, down, and I'm going to S-Break with Chloe. The localizers said they actually would have redone the voice clips on Chloe's S-Craft if they had time. Because, yeah, she's saying a mistranslation. It's supposed to be Lichtkreis and not Radiant Flash, but... Not sure what exactly happened with the original, but... Like, I think it was actually called Radiant Flash. There. But... Xseed wishes they could have changed the voice clips for it to match its new name, but... Yeah, that would require getting the voice actress in again, and that would be kind of a little bit harder to do, considering, yeah, how much later FC got localized compared to SC. FC was 2011, SC didn't come out until, like, I think not even until, like, 2016 or something. But anyway, that thing's defeated, so now we can head on to Wolf Fort, where there should be a few more chests. Kind of hoping none of them are monsters. I think one of these was monsters back in FC, now that I think about it, but I'm not sure if it's the same for SC. I think there was, yep, there's one down here. Zerum Powder. Wow, that's nice to have. You have activated the staring contest. I lose. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna heal a Wolf Fort. This is probably fine. I say that, and I'm probably going to get a monster chest here eventually. I forget if there was one around here. And you aggro onto me. I just barely noticed that. Kind of wish there was some kind of a... In Cold Steel, I know I keep talking about Cold Steel, but there is a sound effect to indicate when an enemy has noticed you, so that definitely helps. And some games have visual indicators as to when enemies aggro onto you, usually a kind of exclamation marker or something like that. Okay, yeah, there's one here too. Softening Balm. You already looted this chest. You might have forgotten, but don't think you can just come waltzing back and apologize. Well, according to my notes, I should have all of them. So if you want to explore Carnelia Tower at this point, do it now because you will get warped somewhere after the story events at Wolf Fort. Also, before going to Wolf Fort, this is important, make sure you talk to Rudy in the basement of the factory and get the info on the man with the glasses. Because if you don't, you will miss out on bonus BP here. That's probably one of this game's most jerkish instances of bonus BP during a main story quest, but it makes sense in context because that guy tells you some very useful information about a suspicious person. Well, that line is, interesting. But yeah, Calpha definitely seems a lot more chill than Erebonia. Hopefully relations with Erebonia improve, though. But of course, geographical locations can play a part in defensibility too. Sometimes two countries are at peace mainly because it would just be too much resources for the one to actually invade the other. Yeah, I don't know why there are so many chickens here too. It's weird. So here we just need to talk to a bunch of people and get some info. Don't think these chickens have any eggs for us. Hey, I remember you! We gave you a letter to Faye, and things seem to be going well between the two of you because of that. So, you look pretty in charge. I don't know if this is Pace or Pache or something. But yeah, almost forgot about the earthquake, I was so busy doing side quests. But yes, there was an earthquake here. A very, very localized earthquake, which seemed suspicious. Yeah, Kilika always phones ahead. Well, let's see, it hit us with a 100 base power ground type move, and because our fortress is made of rocks, it was super effective. Yeah, I'd definitely be like, I'm lucky enough to have never been in an earthquake in my life, but it would probably be really scary. Yeah, hence the extremely localized part of my description. Yet another very localized one. And when there's something unnatural, it usually means the society's involved. So, let's go ahead and ask some people. Anyone up here notice anything? Okay, you didn't see anything. Thankfully, there aren't a lot of people here, so it doesn't take that long to get all the information. Well, we got the cutscene indicator, so this guy obviously saw something. Hi, chicken, walking into this scene. Still not as bad as NPCs infiltrating a cutscene in Assassin's Creed Unity, which I keep watching that on YouTube whenever I feel like laughing. That never gets old. I don't think I actually remember that conversation. It must be different on the Agate route. Henning said he saw something weird, okay. Ah, so if the day of the earthquake was relatively fine, maybe something suspicious happened before. Maybe he did see someone. Okay, so this is the only part of the gate we haven't checked yet. While we're here, though... Yeah, they sell the foul magma roast here if you want more of that. It's actually not a particularly terrible food item, so I may as well go ahead and buy some more of those. Can I get... Yeah, 5 of them is probably fine. I like being able to buff someone's strength right before they S-break. And this guy right here is Private Henning, so he's the person we were told to see. It seems he disagreed with Brahms as to whether they saw anyone the day before the earthquake. Okay, well, that means his activities are mostly restricted to the city itself. And yeah, this is why you need to talk to the guy in the basement and get the description of the man wearing a black suit and black glasses. Because if you've talked to that guy before, it means that you have 2 people who've seen the same person. And now you have direct evidence linking the man with sunglasses to the scene of the earthquakes. That's important. Yep. You saw him walking up the road and then he was gone. No, I'm pretty sure nobody here saw him at all. Yep. So he just walked by and then vanished. That's pretty suspicious. And we'll certainly feel better because we have a bit of a lead as to who might be behind all this. I just realized this guy's name is Rufus. So he shares his name with a pretty major character from Cold Steel, but there are actually a lot of people like that. And it makes sense from a world-building standpoint. I mean, there are a lot of people who will share the same names by pure coincidence. But the sunglasses man didn't stop by the bar, as we've heard. So no real leads on exactly where he went. So yeah, talk to the commander after you've gone and talked to everyone else. So, like I've said earlier, I've never done a non-100% playthrough of this game, so I'm not sure how the dialogue changes if you didn't get the info on the man with sunglasses earlier. But it does change this segment pretty significantly since you've seen that guy before. Since you've heard about that guy before. But, as we're going back to reports to Kilika, we get drawn into a cutscene. Seems our business is not entirely done. Okay, come on, tell me, what is it? And yes, this is what I was alluding to before. You get warped directly here. And, this is probably not the right priority right now, but you might notice that Anton and Ricky are in a different spot. That means we're gonna need to talk to them, because we care about that achievement. Also, yeah, a lot of those halberds have fallen over. Those things are a major hazard in an earthquake. Please, more securely attach them to the wall next time. Yeah, we are on the trail of the earthquake starter. These people are obviously not nearly as receptive to us as the ones over at Wolf Fort. Guessing Wolf Fort has some more chill people because not a lot happens over at Wolf Fort. Okay, Talbot in the storage area, good to know. And we'll talk to him after we talk to Anton, because he's my highest priority right now. And you really do need to talk to Anton right now, because Anton actually changes dialogue twice during this sequence of events. It's changed now, and it changes again after you talk to all of the witnesses here. So, you need to get his first conversation right now. Seems like the earthquakes are getting stronger. Or at least this one was stronger than the earlier two. Yep, the sunglasses man. Maybe he's been sighted in this area. Actually, no. Like I said, first things first is to talk to Anton. Because he was still up on the battlements when the quake hits. You don't seem all that concerned. So through here should be the storeroom. Yeah, looks like a lot of stuff got messed up in here. Yeah, always hard when you get a bunch of unexpected work dumped on you. Yeah, let's get ourselves some witness testimony. 30 seconds, so longer than the 10-second earthquake from Wolf Fort. And yeah, so here, the shaking was stronger, it lasted longer. The correct answer is both, and this is worth bonus BP. And the fact this one was on a major military installation too, that doesn't bode well. It almost seems like these earthquakes are all just practice. And there's some kind of real target that's going to be hit with the most intense one. Okay, so Chelsea on the roof, and Agate said that exactly. I was just thinking about it, and maybe the reason why this game is so good at predicting exactly what I'm going to say is that the way the dialogue is written, it's very good at capturing what someone would naturally say if this was a real conversation. And that's something that I don't see a lot in writing. Like, a lot of writing can feel a little bit artificial sometimes, in that it's like, you know that people would not really talk like that. It does mean that this game does get very wordy sometimes, and often it takes a while to say something quite simple. Like, a lot of characters have to interject and ask about things, rather than everything just being said in one line of dialogue. But I do like it. And yep, that is the third reference to the man with sunglasses. So clearly this man is responsible for all this. But of course, we also heard that he was ripped, so maybe fighting this guy directly might not end so well. Yeah, probably a good thing you didn't try and talk to him, because you could have ended up beaten up or worse. No one else had seen him? Yep, I knew it. Tammy in the mess hall. Okay, so someone actually did see him. 2 witnesses is still better than 1. This man's more ghostly than the actual ghost from the previous chapter. And so the investigation continues. Well, that should be Tammy. You're certainly doing a quicker job of cleaning than Talbot over in the storeroom. But maybe less got knocked over in here. Hopefully you weren't, like, using the stove at the time, because, yeah, an earthquake while a heat stove is working is usually a recipe for fires. He was all the way up at the roof? How did he get there with only 2 witnesses seeing him? I mean, you need to go through a lot of this place just to get up there. Which means he probably climbed or something. Huh, he actually did talk to you. Yeah. Yeah, well, leave it to someone who developed a crush on him to remember what he looked like. That's exactly the same description Rudy gave us. Oh, seriously, I've heard that the PS4 versions of the Crossbell games are going to have full voice acting. Please localize those games with full voice acting, because this series has so many great lines that would sound amazing fully voiced. Wow, even Olivier doesn't approve of her fangirling. That's kind of surprising. You know, I get the feeling that's not the kind of person that you want to get to know. Weird way, huh? So yeah, here, like, most things would probably cut away, because you don't really need this, but, again, in a real-life setting, she would ask her superior if she's allowed to step out for a while and show them this. I know the sheer amount of dialogue in these games is not for everyone, but I really like it, personally. Okay. Turn around this corner. Yeah, this door leads to the outer wall here. These walls that have been here since the Dark Ages, I believe. And there's a dead end, and he was gone. Not really. There are a few ways to get out of somewhere like this. No, they said he was very strong. He probably did jump down the wall. Of course. Nice. Nice response. It still always has the best responses. You could say that. He might be. Oh, that's your type, isn't it? That's totally your type. Yeah, probably best for your own safety. So, we mostly know that the Sunglasses Man came through here, he disappeared, and likely jumped off this wall. Yep, remember that. See, we now know that his name is Louvet, but the characters don't know that yet. I probably pronounced that wrong as well. I only did a small bit of German. So, we have met, and well, I was about to say we've met Enforcer number 2, but no, this is obviously not number 2. Number 2 is actually Louvet. Thankfully, though, we do not get warped directly back to the guild house because we have one more conversation with Anton to take care of. And this time I believe he's over... Yep, here he is. And so Anton has gone all depressed. I mean, he's not a complete robot. We can still walk past him, but... yeah, this is great. I love how he's just lying on the floor there. Yeah, I actually have straightened out the halberds now. That's a nice touch.